focus on hitting your goals in every area of your business. Remember, the universe rewards the bold. A leader has to take the risks.
I want you all to become financially independent. I want you to get wealthy here. I want you to get freedom and choices and options. Now, is it going to take work? Yes. Is it going to take time? Yes. Nothing good in life comes easy. You will have to exert yourself. You will have to be accountable. You will have to be motivated. You will have to be coachable. You will have to build a lot of relationships. You will have to, deal with the fact that some of your favorite people are going to quit on you. You're going to have to go through things. You're going to have to sacrifice if you're going to be successful in business. But that's okay. That's all right. Because if you know the game, now you know how to play it. If you understand what's going to happen, you know how to play the game and you can be successful at that game. And the game is, the game of money. I want you guys to remember that these are some of the things that rich people, these are the secrets that rich people use to get everything that they want in their life. So you got to start thinking like a rich person. If you want to get rich, if you want to get wealthy, if you want to have more financial freedom, if you want to get financially independent, number one, they constantly reevaluate themselves. Constantly reevaluating. I'm constantly trying to stay relevant. I'm constantly thinking about what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Okay. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Number two, they focus on one objective at a time. So if you tell me you got 5 jobs right now, but you also want to be successful here, ain't going to happen. Now, can you do this part-time in the beginning while you're getting your feet wet, while you're figuring it out, while you're just getting better? Of course you can. I was part-time for almost a year before I went full-time, before I went all out. But when I went all out, I went all out. This is everything I did. I got up in the morning very early and I went to bed very late every single day for about 7 years. Number three, they play long-term games. The rich play long-term games. They're playing for the long term. They're not playing for tomorrow. Right? They're not thinking, well, if I don't get rich tomorrow, then I'm gonna quit. If I don't make it, I remember a guy came to me one time, he said, hey, if I don't make it in 6 months, then I'm gonna quit. And I said, well, you might as well quit now, because I guarantee you ain't gonna make it in 6 months. Now, you can make a lot of progress in 6 months. You can make a lot of money from here to 6 months. You can definitely do that. I'm not saying it's not possible, but what I'm saying is if you're only thinking about getting rich in 6 months, probably not going to happen. You have to learn how to become successful before you become successful. Now, some people are faster learners. Some people are slower learners. For me, I was kind of a little bit slow. Right? I had to figure it out, man. I'm a slow reader. I don't get everything all in the first shot, man. But I overstudied. I overworked. I overcompensated for the lack of IQ, right? Just with hard work and grit and effort and extra training and extra reading the scripts and extra, watching the videos. And really, it was an indoctrination of the business for me. I indoctrinated myself with everything about the business because I wanted to know everything that I needed to know to become successful. Now, I didn't wait to start until I knew everything. What I did was I trusted my trainers And I got on a lot of appointments. I was always having activity. I was always booking appointments. I was always setting, up interviews. I was always talking to people about the business. I was always trying. Even though sometimes I was failing. As a matter of fact, a lot of the times I was failing. But that failure and experience was getting me closer and closer to becoming a master at the business. Remember, it takes 10,000 hours for you to become a master at anything. Look at it. Look at a professional baseball player. He plays baseball from 4 years old to generally 18 or 19 or 20 years old. He plays baseball for free most of his all of his early life. And then he masters it. And then because he mastered it, because he gave everything to playing baseball, once he got to the big leagues, he became a star. Well, the same thing's going to happen to you. Now, I don't think it's going to take 18 years or 15 years, but I do believe it's going to take some time, depending on how quick you are at learning, and also depending on the size of your market and the credibility that you have in the world. The higher credibility you have, the more people are going to say yes faster, the quicker you're going to have success. Number 4, they use specialized and updated tools and information. Why I'm always trying to bring the most updated technology to you, because I want the most updated tools to maximize my efficiency. The reason why I can work, very little and get lots of results is because I have incredible tools that allow me tons of freedom. I've always done this, by the way. Like, think about it. I've always had videos and CDs and websites and things like that to allow me, and even before websites, I had CDs and DVDs, and they allowed me to be with my family while my team and my people were in training. So it maximized my efficiency. It gave me freedom, but it also gave me the ability to train people. I was always putting together systems and tools to allow me to have more freedom, but at the same time, maximize my training with our people. I wanted to make sure our people knew what the heck they were doing. Number 5, they set goals in a unique way that allows them to achieve them. So I was always setting really big goals. And I always had my dream videos. I always had my dream boards in front of me. I always, made sure that I was visualizing the things that I wanted to achieve. The more I visualized, the more I got. I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I go, yes. It's going to be a great day today. Great things always happen to me. I'm alive, I'm awake, and I feel great. I feel good, I feel fine, I feel this way all the time. See, you get up every day and you feel like that. Not that every day is perfect. Not every day is perfect for me. But guess what? More days are perfect for me. More days are better for me because I feel like that, because I jack myself up every day, man. I get fired up every day. I get, pumped up about life every day. A lot more better days than probably the majority of the world. Number 6, they have friends who specialize in different fields that have a common purpose. I'm meeting people all the time. Why do you think I set up a podcast, man? I'm meeting people everywhere. I'm building relationships all over the place. I've hired coaches before. I have mentors in my life. So I have people that I have a common purpose with, that they want me to succeed. They want me to do well. So I was always coachable to my coaches. So I was always accountable to my coaches. Is because they have a common purpose and they're going to try to push me up to be even more successful. Number 7, they don't quit until they get what they want. I don't quit until I get what it is that I want. And you got to have that same tenacity and determination and passion and courage and fight and will and discipline to continue on even when shit gets tough. Even when things ain't happening the way you want it to happen, you continue the fight because you don't give up until you get whatever it is that you want, until you win. That's the game here, man. And the great thing about this game called our business, right? The cool thing about golf. Let's think about it. Right? You go out there and play golf and you screw up. Guess what you can do tomorrow? You can go play golf again tomorrow and try to beat the course. And you can play until you're 90 trying to play golf and trying to beat the course. And you may never beat the course. You may never be the biggest in the world. You may never be the most perfect, but you're going to be a better golfer inevitably. One day you're going to be better than you were the day before, years previous. Same thing here. That's why you don't give up. That's why you continue on. That's why you continue to get better. That's why you continue to set bigger goals. That's why you determine, you become more determined and more disciplined and more passionate about what you're doing. You just don't give up until you get what it is that you want. Well, remember, you got to know what you want before you can get what you want. So be very clear about your goals. Be very clear about your intentions. You write them out. You visualize. You think about the things that you want, and you do not stop until the job is done. Number 8, they invest first and they spend the interest. How about that? They're always investing. So like if you look at my strategy, the way that I manage my money, guess what I do? And I've always done this, even when I was making $7 an hour. What I do is as the money comes in, I set aside most of the money, the majority of the money, I set it aside and I save it. So that way I'm almost living like I'm broke. Even though I know I have a lot of money saved, even though I have a lot of money invested, I'm leaving myself broke. I have no money in my mind. So what it allows me to do is continue to what? To work. So I continue to work. I continue to focus. I continue to build. I continue to grow. Continue to make more and more and more. And I sock most of it away. So what happens is I wake up one day and I go, man, I got a lot of money invested. That money invested properly, compounding over years, will turn into millions and millions of dollars. And so if you apply that same thought process of making sure you live below your means, and eventually, what do? You live off the interest. So, today, I was looking at it the other day. If I just stopped working right now, just off of dividends and interest that I'm pulling on my investments right now, it's $150,000 just off of those investments, at a kind of a conservative rate of return. And so that is what the rich do to allow themselves to continue to grow their wealth. Number 9, they negotiate almost everything. They're always negotiating, right? I almost never pay full price. So if I go somewhere, I'm buying a car, I'm going to negotiate. Hey, look, I negotiate when I trade stocks. I negotiate. I don't want to pay the highest price for a stock. I want to, buy on a dip or buy when it's low or buy, or find the right entry point in whatever I'm doing. So make sure you're negotiating everything, but, strategize your negotiation. Make sure you ask good questions. Learn the power of persuasion. The power of persuasion, by the way, it has everything to do with finding out what that person wants, what they feel is good for them, and then helping them get what is good for them. It's a great way to persuade somebody on doing business with you. Find out what they want and then give it to them. Help them get what they want. Now, at the same time, you're going to let them know that everybody's kind of got to win, though. right? It's called a win-win situation. You win, I win. Let's all win together. But I have no problem bending to give you what you want. We just got to feel like we're winning together. Does that sound fair? And by the way, that's not a bad little phrase to use, or it's not a bad little question to ask, right? Does that sound fair? When you say, does that sound fair? People tend to want to say yes when you say, does that sound fair? Number 10, they invest a lot in their own growth. They're always self-improving. That's what you guys are doing right now. You're on track to have a better financial life because of this. Number 11, they develop good judgment over the years of trial and error. Okay, we talk about that. That's a story of my life. What do? I get up every day. I try something new. Then I either win or I fail at it. If I win, then I continue doing that. If I fail at it, then I maybe don't do as much of that. It's always trial and error. It's always just, do it, get better, try it again, try it again. If it's not working, then what do? I go to my mentor and I say, hey, something's not working. What can I do better? I reevaluate the situation again. And then I figure out a different way. Maybe this will work a little bit better. I got some stuff I'm working on right now, y'all, that it's going to blow you away, man. I got a guy right now that's working for me. I just recruited him the other day. Another guy that's really one of the top marketers on social media right now. Just recruited him, and he is motivated to help us generate systems that will provide endless amounts of leads. Number 12, the money is there to buy you time so you can think, right? Why do you want to develop wealth? Why do you want to develop a big nest egg? Why do you want to create the wealth? It's so it can buy you time to think, buy you freedom, buy you opportunities, buy you relaxation time. Some of the best thinking times that I have are when I'm on an airplane. Love when I travel because I'm on an airplane. Nobody bothers you. You're just focused on reading your book or listening to your audio book or putting together a PowerPoint presentation or just developing ideas. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll when I come back from a trip or I come back from a meeting, like even a meeting like this, you want to start to put together an action item list. So you might hear something that I say and you go, and then you have an action item list, and then you write down that action item. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to make sure I take action. Don't just watch a meeting to watch a meeting. Don't just read a book to read a book. Use it as the fuel, as the information, so that you can develop a strategy so that today you can make one little extra step to get better. Think about it. If you got better, 1% better every day, that's 365% per year, you're getting better. That's way better than a 10% rate of return. 13, they break life down and look behind the scenes. I'm always looking behind the scenes. I want to know what's real. I'm a realist, right? Although I'm very optimistic and I'm very, always forward thinking, I also want to know the real story. I don't have blinders on where I'm only listening to one, voice, right? It's okay for you to listen to different voices. It's okay for you to analyze what I'm saying and say, do I buy what he's saying? Do I believe what he's saying? Don't take everything that I say, or anybody for that matter, as gospel. You need to say, okay, why is he saying this? What's his method? What's his reasoning? Does he have a track record? It doesn't really make logical sense. Number 14, every single day they do something that gets them closer to their goals. That's the action item list. Number 15, they study other successful people and steal, okay, STEAL, steal their skill set and their know-how. How about that? Right? Your teacher told you never steal or copy off somebody else. I'm copying all the time. Right? This list that I'm going over with you right now is a list that I wrote down. I took notes from way back when video that I watched or whatever it was. And I had these notes in here. I came across these notes and I said, hey, I want to have this conversation with our guys. I'm always stealing information. Nothing wrong. There's very few original ideas in the world. Most of the information's already been talked about. It's just that, are we actually taking advantage of that information, and are we taking action on that information? That's the question. The last thing, number 16, they understand the tax system and they understand the tax laws. A lot of you should be recruiting people, giving them an opportunity to become a silent partner. You realize somebody could join the business and they could save money in taxes because they are writing things off, because now they have a part-time business. They're a 1099 part-time agent with us. That gives them legal right to be able to write certain things off that in the past, just having a job, they couldn't write off. So make sure that you understand taxes, understand the tax laws. And remember this, most people that work in the government right now, you see our governors, our congressmen, our president of the United States, right? All these people, they're ex-business owners, aren't they? Why are they ex-business owners? How is that majority of these guys and gals are ex-business owners, or they're in the government and they actually have businesses on the side even right now? Why is that? How is that? Well, it's because this is the way the world works. These guys make the tax laws for their business owner friends. Business owner friends give, the governor or whoever gives him what? Contributions, right? Campaign contributions. They pay those campaign contributions for what? For favors. Whether it's a good system, it's a bad system, it is the system. It's the way the world works. But what they're trying to do is they're always helping their friends. So if we understand that, and we understand that the tax laws were written for, people in the government and that make the laws, and they're all business owners, what should we be? Should we be business owners? Do you think it would be advantageous for us to be business owners, for us to take advantage of legal tax write-offs? Of course it is. We need to think about these things, because these are the secrets that the rich know that most of us don't know. There are people that I know that are 50 years old, 60 years old. They still don't get this stuff. They still don't understand the secrets. So what they do is they give and they overpay. They give more than their fair share for their whole life, and they live way less than they could have lived. Because remember, if you're overpaying taxes by 10%, guess what? That 10% every year is more money than most people are even saving. Even if you took the tax savings and you invested that, even that, just that 10%, you're saving more than most people in the United States. Just if you could understand that system, you could understand taxes and take legal advantage of those ideas and those concepts, you're putting yourself in a massive, massive advantage to most people in the world.